Hello, Jaguars. I am Zhamarr Thompkins, host of Jaguar Sports Talk Nation. And on this episode, we've got a very exciting conversation with the new head coach behind men's and women's cross country, head coach John Niendorf. Coach, thank you for joining us today. Congratulations on the new job.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to talk cross country. Let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. Like we said, you are the new head coach here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your running experience.
So a little bit about myself. I can't talk about myself without talking about my parents. I was raised by Sue and Jerry Niendorf, and they put a lot of core beliefs in me from the moment when I was a child all the way even now. They always taught me about like respecting my fellow man, humility, and then most importantly, work ethic, which is, they've worked hard their whole lives, and I was always able to observe that as a child. So I've brought in that work ethic to my own life with my job and my family and everything like that. But in regards to my running career, I ran at Lincoln Way East for a year, and then when that school split, I ran for Lincoln Way North for a few years. And then eventually I went to St. Francis and was recruited by Drew Lutke my first year, and then ran 3 years under Coach Barker. And I had a fairly successful college career. Our sophomore year, we won nationals, which was a big deal for us. And Coach Barker was really, really huge in my development as a runner and also in my own coaching philosophy. So, yeah, that's a little bit about myself as a runner. I ran 15:21 in the 5K and then 25:35 in the 8K. And like I said, I can't give enough credit to my parents and the coaches I have had that have kind of guided me through this journey of running.
From the sounds of it, you got a pretty impressive career as a runner. But now you're coming here as GSU as a head coach of cross country for men's and women. Tell me, what will be your coach's philosophy to make sure that the team is winning?
To be honest, like one of my biggest things is I'm always looking in regards to recruiting. I'm always kind of looking for the diamond in the rough. A lot of these kids are not given an opportunity in the Chicagoland area. A lot of coaches pass these kids by. They think, oh, they're not coming from a great school, their GPA isn't high enough, or they just don't have the right attitude for running. But, working at Rich Township has greatly influenced the way I look at these runners, and I just want to give every runner an opportunity. I'm looking for that diamond in the rough where other schools wouldn't give that kid a chance, and I know under my coaching philosophy, bringing that hard work ethic, generating that enthusiasm for running, and then also giving concrete training and organized training, those runners are going to develop and they're going to flourish and they're going to love it here. And that's honestly one of the biggest things I respect about GSU, and what made me want to work here is how affordable it is for students. And I think a lot of our students just don't get an opportunity at the high school level, and I want to give them that opportunity at the college level. That's like a huge part of my coaching philosophy and personality, is giving those kids a chance that maybe wouldn't get a chance elsewhere.
All right, you talked about being able to give runners a chance. Tell me, what is your goal as far as recruiting to get more runners to come here to GSU?
Ultimately, I want it to be as affordable as possible for them. And GSU obviously offers tons of scholarships with Aim High, Provost. The government will offer MAP and Pell. And ultimately, I want it to be affordable for them so they can keep coming here. And then ultimately, I want to give them concrete training, okay? So we're going to be organized, going to practice, 6:30 every single morning. There's going to be a consistent routine, and I'm always going to be on them about their grades. They do a great job here with study hours, and I'll be consistently checking in with students on their grades. And, the goal for our team is we want to have a 3.0 or higher, okay? Because ultimately, you're a student first, you're an athlete second, and I want these kids to just grow up and get jobs and be successful and, ultimately have a great life after their experience here at GSU.
Yeah, that's great stuff. We always love to have our students put the student in student athlete. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and look at what we're looking at the roster so far. Coming up this following season, Avery, Bailey, Elizabeth, and Kayla are going to be seniors. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about the role that they're going to have on the team moving forward.
Oh, they're going to have huge roles. Liz, she's been running all winter. She's been getting in 30-mile weeks. She's about to start getting in 40-mile weeks, hopefully 50-mile weeks. So she's taking a big, big leap forward. A lot of these kids started PRing, which is, personal record. Bailey, she had a couple injury hiccups early in her running career, and she really has gained a lot of confidence this season, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for her and how much she's grown as a runner and how much her confidence has gotten better. And then Kayla, she had another injury problem this year, but so far, she's been really running over the winter, like training hard. And then she's been a great help with helping me with recruiting, helping athletes navigate like things like play NAIA, the scholarships we have to offer at GSU. So she's been very helpful in helping recruits. And then Avery, she's a soccer player, so we're hoping that she returns and comes to the school and is able to contribute next year. And then Jackie will also be returning as well. And Jackie, she was our fastest runner last year, and she has an incredibly great work ethic. And she wants to be better. You can tell she has that kind of attitude that we want in a runner. I want my runners to be competitive and not want to lose, I don't want to be that team that's at the bottom of the conference. We want to keep gradually moving up. So Jackie's going to be a huge part of that next year because she is a front runner and she's going to have to lead by example.
Gotcha. Well, thank you, Coach. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll still be talking about cross country, so don't go far.
The GSU bookstore is open and ready to help you prepare this semester. Students can buy or rent course textbooks, purchase a variety of school supplies, and anyone could shop for some sweet Jaguar merchandise. Unable to shop on campus? Visit Governor State's website and click on the bookstore option. Here you can find the link to the bookstore's online page, where you can order any product straight to your address. Let's kick off the school year right. Visit the bookstore today, and remember, go Jaguars.
If you're looking for a quiet area to study this upcoming semester, the University Library is located on the second floor of the D building at Governor State. Students can check out books, research upcoming dissertations, and study for exams. If using the online library, you can request a book, look through the database, and find workshops. Stop by and shuffle through the pages this semester. For more information, visit govst.edu/library.
Welcome back, Jaguars. We're still here with head coach Niendorf, and we're still talking about cross country. Coach, let's take a look at the men's team for a second here. The men's team has improved mightily since you first were here as an assistant coach. Now you're stepping into the head coach position. Tell me, what is the plan for us moving forward, and how are you going to get us to continue to improve?
So ultimately, it's going to come down to, because we only have one returning senior next year, and that's Dante. So we're recruiting like crazy right now. Me and my assistants, we've been going to meets, contacting as many coaches as we possibly can. So right now, a big stage in the process is recruiting. And then next year, we're going to be bringing in a concrete training regimen where we're going to be going every single morning, also doing Sunday long runs. And ultimately, the week is going to look like Monday, you may have like a 50-minute run. Tuesday, we'll do some type of VO2 max workout or threshold workout or hills. Wednesday will kind of be your midweek long run, which could be 60 to 80 minutes, depending for men or women. Thursday would be a recovery run. And then Friday will be the bread and butter, which is our tempo runs, which really helps boost that aerobic capacity of our runners. Saturdays will be off, cross-training, running a little bit if you're feeling good. And then Sundays will be our long runs, which can be anywhere from 13 to 17 miles. That'll be what we're doing every Sunday. So ultimately, that's a lot. These kids are going to be getting, the girls could be getting 30 to 50 mile weeks. The guys could be getting anywhere from 40 to 70 mile weeks in the early stages. So these kids are ultimately going to have to really get that work ethic in there because you can't run without motivation, without that intrinsic motivation, that work ethic and that drive to be better. So that's kind of what most weeks are going to look like unless we have a meet on Fridays or Saturdays.
Wow, that's amazing. It's a lot of hard work that goes into the sport. I never knew that much about it, but that's eye-opening for me to know that you guys are working that hard. Let's go ahead and talk about the fact that you had the benefit to see Lenny Bauman here, where you were an assistant coach. Mm-hmm. Lenny is the school's most decorated runner. And how did it feel for you to be able to watch him go all the way to nationals and to do everything that he did for the school?
I mean, ultimately, I can't say enough great things about Lenny. He's an incredible student athlete, just a tenacious worker, just gives it everything he's got every single day, and is extremely smart too. A lot of runners, you just kind of tell them the workouts and then they just kind of do it. But he would question things, we would talk, we probably would talk on the phone like a few times a week, just planning out workouts and what works best for him. So he's an incredibly motivated runner, decorated runner, and he's a very smart runner, which a lot of athletes don't get to that point or that level of maturity in college, but Lenny definitely had that level of maturity that helped him obviously get him to all conference and then qualifying for a national championship to go to Fort Vancouver, Washington, which was a beautiful experience, and it was an awesome experience for Lenny.
All right, and now that you are the head coach, you've already hit the ground running and you've already signed players to come here. Tell me how the new additions that you've added are going to be able to help us as Jaguars leave our paw print, so to speak, in the CCAC conference.
Yeah, Manny, Chris, and Dante, they're going to be huge for us. I coach these guys over at Rich Township. Manny and Chris have multiple all-conference awards. They've even been conference champions in track. And the thing with, I guess I'll go down the line, Chris Montgomery, I would like to call him like an enforcer. So he's a kid that he's no BS. He's going to keep people in line. If I say practice starts at 6, kids coming in at 6:02, that's a problem for Chris. He doesn't like that stuff. So Chris is going to be eventually like a leader on our team, and he's an incredibly motivated runner that will get up, do 2 a days. He'll do everything it takes to be better. And then Emmanuel Phelps, he came from a situation that wasn't conducive to him being a great runner, but he has done everything in his power to become a great runner. And I know in college, with the right supports in place, Manny's going to thrive. And ultimately, I want him to go to nationals. That's what my expectations for a lot of these guys are as a team. So I think Manny's going to be a huge, huge role in that. And he's a great kid, great student athlete. He's coming in with a 3.7 from high school. So he's going to help us quite a bit in that regard. And then Dante, he's kind of like I would call him like a glue guy, where he's great for team chemistry. All the kids like him. Again, these are all hard workers. I don't recruit kids that don't work hard. So he's a hard worker. He comes from a rough situation as well, and he's, kind of clawed his way up to go to college. Him and Manny are both first-generation college students, so they have great stories in their own regard. But Dante, he's going to be a great glue piece, and I think he's just going to constantly keep getting better as a runner. But he's going to be excellent for team chemistry because everyone likes Dante.
All right, well, I'm excited to see how everything turns out. Happy to get started. So congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
And there you have it, Jaguars, straight from head coach Niendorf himself. Make sure you visit gsujaguars.com to stay up to date with all students' sports, stats, and schedules. I am Zhamarr Thompkins. Thank you for watching Jaguar Sports Talk Nation.